So this is a heat of the Wyfold Challenge Cup between Thames Rowing Club A and the Rowing Tennis and Hockey Club from Bayer Leverkusen. I'm going to be joined in the commentary box by Adam Freeman-Pask, former GB lightweight rower, alongside me as we see these Wyfold crews going off the start. There's a little bit of steering to be done in the Bayer Leverkusen crew on the right of our picture.
Yes, good morning, Greg. Yes, that was quite a swerve over there on the right-hand side of the picture there. That Bayer Leverkusen crew just closing in on the island a little bit too much there, but they seem to have straightened that up, and now they're regaining control of this race.
But it's interesting, after their first race, they said we're feeling more confident now after doing our first race here, not being completely used to this style of racing, and they knew they needed to work on their steering. So they had that early lead coming towards the top of the island. We now move down the course, coming towards the halfway mark, and the crew's still pretty much locked together. If anything, it looks to me from this shot here like Thames have made a move. Although we can see from that board that showed the number 1 was facing towards us, which means the number 2 was facing towards that following boat who take the times and radio back the information. The fact they're showing a number 2 means the crew on station 2, that's Bayer Leverkusen, are still just in the lead.
But it's getting really close now, isn't it? Thames have done a great job to get back on level terms there. Ben Lewis's crew, this is their second boat after their Thames Cup 8. So these guys are still top quality guys, and obviously earlier on today we had the Thames and Bayer Leverkusen crews battling out in the 8, so this is a good sort of rematch of the two clubs.
Well, these Bayer Leverkusen crews won't both want to be sent home by the Thames Rowing Club, as you say, by Ben Lewis's men. This crew now holding about a 3/4 length lead, but there's still plenty of rowing left in this race. They're coming down past Upper Thames, then they'll get to Remington Club, and that's where the crew from Thames Rowing Club are likely to get a pretty big cheer. Thames crew quite experienced in the Coxed Four. They were winners both days in Ghent, and they won championship Coxed Fours at the Met Regatta, and now they've moved into the Coxless Four, where they did very well at Marlow Regatta and beat the Great Britain contenders, but now they're up against this strong Bayer Leverkusen crew who've come over here from Germany.
It's a great shot there. You just see the blades there of the Bayer Leverkusen crew just slipping in there. A little bit of German for you. Schnell and Letzen is quick catches there, and that's obviously what they've been working on as they're hopping through that rough water.
Well, it's good if you can have smooth, sharp catches like that, particularly if you're a big man like Julius Christ in the stroke seat of that Bayer Leverkusen boat. He's over 2 metres tall, 2 metres and 3 centimetres, weighing in at 95 kilograms.
He's a big German powerhouse, isn't he? And you definitely want one of them in your boat. So they're doing a great job there from Leverkusen. Obviously, Bayer is the farmer company that sponsors the sports clubs in that town, and RTHC is actually a rowing, tennis, hockey club. So it's a multi-sport club these guys are representing here.
Well, they've still got a big race on their hands now. They're just getting down to the grandstands. They're getting down to the competitors' enclosure. I think the crew from Thames will be realising they're starting to come back. They're starting to make a move. Ben Lewis, as we say, their coach, has done a fantastic job at Thames. He says he keeps it simple. I asked him, what's the secret? He said the secret is hands, body, slide. Just keep simple rowing. Move your hands, move your body, slide up, and then use the power on the way back.
That's a very simple way of putting it, and you can see that in good action here, can't you? You can see hands up, bodies, and slide. Yes, that's it. Nicely done there, Thames.
And we see them really starting to sprint now. That's the back of William Downley in the bow seat, moving towards them. The crew really moving quite nicely. They've been behind, but they've started to pick up the pressure, started to pick up the stroke rate, and I think this one, to me, it looks virtually level. I can't wait till we see a picture alongside.
They're putting them under great pressure, aren't they? You can almost see the Bayer Leverkusen crew starting to lose their form a little bit, as Thames are really upping the ante here as they come into the finish line.
That's a great spot, Adam. You can just see the little twitch in the boat as it's moving that Bayer Leverkusen boat. They're virtually stroke for stroke, bow ball to bow ball. It's about 10 strokes to go from here, and this is still anyone's race. So we're coming down to the line. The stroke rate's going up and up. Who's the cleanest? Who's going to keep the puddles moving? Who's going to do nothing to check the boat? Keep it accelerated, coming down to a photo, and I'm not going to call that one.
That's unbelievable, isn't it? What a great finish.
They're beside our commentary box here. The heads are down in the crews. I think we're going to have to wait for a replay of this one. Let's take a look at it. That's Thames on the far side, and that looks to me like 2 feet. 2 feet win for Thames. I think that's going to be called as.
Oh, that's incredible, isn't it? What a finish there. To be all the way down that course, to come down to that sort of distance is remarkable, isn't it?
Well, it's confirmed there. They might not know it yet, but that quarter-final in the Wyfold, a win for Thames Rowing Club over the Rowing, Tennis and Hockey Club from Bayer Leverkusen.